Hello, everyone, and welcome to our very first tech podcast on data, AI, and governance. My name is Ritika Joshi, and I'm part of account management team at TAS Group of Companies. And today, we are diving into the world of data with a true expert, Zahid Altaf, Senior Manager, Data Protection and Security Awareness from Majid Al Fatem. Zahid is a leading expert in data and analytics with over 15 years of experience in cybersecurity, data governance, and technology infrastructure planning. Beyond his expertise, he has a passion for travel and has recently ventured into the world of golf. Welcome, Zahid, to the podcast.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ritika. It's a pleasure to be on the podcast, and I hope our audience will find it very insightful and useful.
Zahid, before we start the conversation and dig deeper into the heavy words that I have used in our initial introduction, AI, governance, network infrastructure planning, talking about the main thing today, data. What has changed in the recent times that it has become one of the hottest topic?
Once again, thank you for inviting Ritika, and the topic is very fascinating and close to my heart. Obviously, I eat and breathe data and something around data. So when it comes to data, people always thought, what is it? Is it about numbers? Is it about putting different pieces together? But in today's world, or the world we operate in, data is something that businesses use, individuals use, we as normal people outside business context use to live our life, to be innovative, to take decisions, to make decisions, to understand how the world around us is operating and where do we head next.
Perfect. Understood. So, Zahid, with data being generated at such a large pace, to be specific, at 863 exabytes per day, do you think with this businesses are actually scrambling with so much of data? Does it make any sense? And how do you see organizations leveraging such a massive data explosion effectively?
You are right, Ritika. The amount of data that gets generated around us is infinite. You are putting a number. I don't think so. I can put a number. The sources of data, where the data is coming from, who the data is going to, it is just beyond our imagination. If you just go few years back, you could always measure the volume of data that gets created in an organization in personal capacity. But now everybody with multiple devices, smart gadgets, and so on, and with the new fancy world of Gen AI, the amount of data that gets generated is humongous. For businesses to do something about the data, one, they need to understand first what they need to do. Second, they want to know why they want to do it. If they are able to know what they want to do, why they want to do, they should be able to use that data, or I would say they should be able to filter out the interested data out of the huge data that we have around us.
Okay, that's a big thing and a big responsibility to organizations. I think, as you rightly mentioned, how to dwell into the data and to ensure that is put into the right use. What is the recent trends that you're seeing specifically when it comes to AI and data together? I know it's a all together putting everything together, but because we are covering a lot of topics here, what is the recent trends you're seeing in terms of the industry and the leverage that companies have?
Um, so, so, Data have been used by everybody, and as I said earlier, data is everywhere out there. We have to see how do we leverage on the availability of that data. How do we ensure that that data is something that we can use to innovate, we can use to reach out to our customers, we can use that to win the minds of our customers, hearts of our customers. It's not about offering something which is a general offer. You have to be very specific in terms of what you are offering your customers, and for that you need to have data to understand your customers, to understand who you are talking to, who you are approaching. How does that combine with AI is a game that has been how should I say, has been lifted in last couple of years or so. So I would take a step back and maybe talk about what AI is. People think anything automation is AI. People think these bots are AI. However, what AI is when a system using the data it has can take decisions that you and I as human beings take.
Okay.
If the system can, so it has two components. One, it takes those decisions. Second, it learns and improves over a period of time to make sure that the decisions are in line with how human brains think. I'm sure if you have been tasked with a decision making, you will make sure that there are certain human elements that you take into consideration, such as is it fair, is it ethical, is it in alignment with the norms of the society. So that is when the true AI system comes in, when the AI systems leveraging the data it has in accordance to the human norms and ethics, makes certain decisions that will eventually benefit people, or will help people in their daily lives.
Okay. As you have mentioned about humans and the whole idea of people when it comes to feeding data to AIs, chatbots, what do you think about the whole role of talent in people here, specifically in hiring top professionals in your industry? If you have seen certain challenges when it comes to hiring for data people.
So people are everything. For someone like me, who obviously being in the field of technology, being in the field of data, that is one component. But people are everything. Regardless of how smart a system becomes, how much data we have, nothing can beat the intelligence of human beings. We do see people getting ready for the next challenges. We do see people trying to upskill themselves with the latest trends and technologies that are there in the market. So yes, you can never take out people from the equation. uh, People are the driving force behind whatever is happening. The usage of data, obviously we are talking about data. So the usage of data, the usage of the real usage of the data, when so if I have a lot of data, if it is not clean, if it does not make sense, I cannot bring in the intellect to use it appropriately, to uh, you know align with my business goals, align with my strategy, reach out to my customers, solve a problem that is out there in the community. uh, then there is no use. And to bring all of that to use, people are the ultimate channel through which the data will eventually translate into something meaningful that will drive the businesses forward.
Agreed on.
Let me interrupt you here. uh, you know so Ritika, how do you see from the other side of the table, being in the recruitment industry, how do you see talent, people demand from the industry, in terms of opportunities that are there in the market?
So, Zahid, from a recruitment standpoint or a workforce standpoint, what I have seen is many companies require data professionals, but then would also need domain expertise, be it healthcare, be it finance, be it retail, as per the industry, right? And finding a right person who comes with the technical skill set and also understand the business, day to day business, finding that right challenge is an issue. Once we in fact find that talent, the bigger issue comes is retaining that particular talent, especially the way the market for top notch data people is evolving, right? And I have personally seen a lot of people in this particular industry coming and saying the whole reason they are looking for a change or motivation is because they do not have day to day experience working on live projects. So, what is your input into this? Like coming from the industry, do you see working on those live projects or having few certifications that will enhance their career is actually required in retaining as well?
Well said, Ritika. Definitely retention is a key issue around when it comes to domains like data analytics, artificial intelligence, cyber security, and there are multiple surveys out there. Be it geographical surveys, be it across the globe, domain specific, as you mentioned, or industry specific. There is always a shortage of good talent, and we are always trying to retain good talent once we get hold of them. uh, how I see organizations can, what organizations can do to retain such talent is obviously, allow them to, uh, you know, in, yeah, what I see organizations can do to, retain them is to, one, allow them to experiment. If you have a lot of data, you cannot get everything right from the first go. So you need to let people experiment. You need to give them that opportunity, that free space to uh, fail, but fail fast, and learn from it, and then continue building on it. If you just wait for the perfect moment, if you build that culture of fear, in your talent, it is not going to help you retain them. So that is very important. Second is continuous learning. The landscape, when it comes to the underlying technology, is very, very, what should I say, fast moving, fast pace. So you need to have an ecosystem where the talent feels they are learning and keeping up with what is happening around your organization. The other thing you can do as an organization is to invest in the right technology. If you have the right people, if you have the right aims, but you don't invest, obviously there will be no results. So as a combination, if you think about these few things, uh, I think you should be able to retain talent. In the end, people who are passionate about it, they want to come deliver and achieve together, and ultimately everyone benefits from it.
Perfect. Zahid, you mentioned about the ecosystem and how workforce always needs to enhance and develop skill sets. I have this question in my mind, which I have been asking you both
I can see the
online and
smile on your face.
offline, which is, will I have a job in coming 5 years? How is with AI the future looking like for everyone? Do we need to worry about our jobs?
Yes, you need to worry about it. Will you have a job? No.
Okay. Can you please focus more on this or let us know more?
Yes. So when I say that you have to worry about it, yes, you definitely have to worry about it. You said there has to be a continuous, upward trend of learning. We have a joke, coming from security or the network infrastructure, that we used to have these switches where you have the uh, uh, connections. So you connect one cable to another uh, cable through a switch, and switches went out of the equation because they don't learn. So
Okay.
similarly, if we humans, we don't learn, we will be out of the equation. Will AI replace your job? Yes, AI will replace some part of your job. However, that does not mean you will be out of workforce. What that means is this is the time to reskill yourself, learn what is happening out there, uh, learn how do you leverage data around you, how do you become a storyteller. Today maybe you are a recruiter, tomorrow you have to be a storyteller. And how do you tell good stories? You use the technology such as AI, you use machine learning, you use the data around you. How do you clean that data to benefit from the artificial intelligence and ultimately become a good storyteller? So yes, you might not be a recruiter tomorrow, but you might be a good storyteller. You should be able to represent to the stakeholders, whether inside the organization or outside the organization, why you are doing certain things, how are they going to reach out to their customers, how can they be innovative, how can they bring in efficiency. So all those storytellings, in the light of these advancements in the technologies and emerging technologies is very important. If someone does not upskill themselves, unfortunately they might not be doing the same job, because our jobs are changing with the AI around us.
No, I completely agree. And that's one thing that we are both as an organization focus upon when it comes to enhancing our skill set. Like we have to change with the changing times, right? You mentioned about skill set. What skills do you think will be essential to stay relevant in this era of AI?
Common sense is very important, though it is not very common. But when it comes to skills, uh, if I tell you, you think about a bicycle, it has a front wheel and a back wheel. The back wheel gives you the push forward, the drive forward, and the front wheel tells you the direction. How I look at it as the uh, technical skills or hard skills are the back wheel, where you have to continuously learn the technologies, you have to understand the business. You need to probably get some certifications, do some courses, and that is the back wheel of your bicycle. But what other skills you have to learn are more commonly known as soft skills, or the emotional intelligence skills. You need to be authentic, you need to be vulnerable, you need to be able to lead the teams, have the conversations, uh, understand different perspectives, allow people to grow, allow people to live their purpose. We all have purpose first as an individual, and then there are purposes for the organizations. So if we allow people to learn how to live their purpose, how to be true to themselves, they will bring in the passion to the work that will allow, in combination with the back wheel of the bicycle, to ultimately reach the end line.
Okay. When you put it that way, it sounds quite easy. I'm not sure when it comes to its day-to-day task or implementation, how would it work?
So again, it is something that individuals have to put in the effort, the talent has to put in the effort, and then at the same time the organizations where they are employed have to build that culture of learning, build that culture of allowing people to grow, be authentic, and collaborate with each other. uh, if you think about the start of our conversation, we said that there has to be a data, meaningful data, from the huge number of data that you said is being generated every day. Similarly, there are people everywhere, but what will drive businesses forward, what will help us achieve the mission and vision of our companies, are the people who are passionate, who are able to combine the back wheel and the front wheel of the bicycle, the soft skills and the technical skills together. You have to put in the effort, nothing comes easy. Gone are the days where you are in one job with your basic university degree. Again, with all due respect, university degrees are very, very important, but these certifications that comes around soft skills, how do you present yourself, how do you request for resources in the organization, how do you navigate in a corporate world or in a startup world, are two different stories. So you need to learn that uh, as someone who wants to grow in their career, live their purpose, make an impact, and be meaningful to whatever is happening around you.
Okay. Zahid, when we talk about data, one thing that always comes to our mind is the data protection, cybercrime. In an article that I was reading, mentioned that cybercrime is projected to cost 10.5 trillion US dollars annually by 2025. So data is no longer an IT issue. It is for much required for a business survival. It's a business survival issue. How do companies ensure that they are protecting their most valuable asset, that is data?
Thank you so much, Ritika. I'm so glad you brought it up finally.
That's your
Yes,
core question.
yes. Thank you so much. Again, data is the oil. Data is the crown jewel of our organizations, and protection of that data is very, very important. Even if you talked about cyber crimes, nobody is going to come after your laptop, your phone, or your devices, because those devices mean anything or has any value. What they come after is your data. And the more data we have, more challenging it becomes to protect it. You cannot, the only way to give that assurance to your businesses, give that assurance to your management, or give that assurance to your family that their data is safe, is only when you completely switch off all your devices.
Okay.
If that is not happening,
That is not happening.
it means you have to do something. And wherever there is wealth, wherever there is something valuable, there are unfortunately bad people that come after it. So your question of cyber crimes increasing 100%, they have been increased hundredfolds, if not thousandfolds in last 5 to 6 years. There is a lot of actual data that needs protection. There is a lot of I would say synthetic data that needs protection.